Welcome to a new Coach Edu YouTube video, and today's video comes to you from a slightly overcast Spain, and as you can see from the beanie on my head, slightly coolish as well. We due to be getting a fairly decent storm coming in about 48 hours time. Before we get stuck into the meat of today's video, I'd just like to give a shout out to Advanced Multisport Optics, the guys that supplied me with these awesome blue shades. If it wasn't for these, I would literally be blind right now, but that is a story for another day. And unfortunately, Advanced Multisport Optics are going to be closing down fairly soon, so they're selling out all of their stock for up to 60% off. There's a link to that down below. These are the guys that were supportive of this YouTube channel effectively right from the start all the way up to the over 500,000 views that the channel has at the moment. So from that, without further ado, let's get stuck into the main part of today's video, and that is what I use my go-to road shoe. I know I talk a lot about trail running, but trail runners need to run on the road sometimes, and my go-to road shoe are these. It's the Hoka One One, the Bondi, and these are the 5th iteration, so it's the Bondi 5. As you can see, they are massively stacked, but the Bondi was literally one of the first shoes that Hoka produced, and it was built with what they call the rocket technology, so which means that no matter where you land, forefoot, midfoot or heel strike, it rocks you over towards your toe for a push-off. It's the type of technology that eventually went on to become the carbon plate technology made famous by Nike, and Hoka have also got their carbon plate technology shoes. And as thick as this shoe looks, it's literally super light. It literally weighs basically the same as my old Sketcher racing flats that I used to run in on the road before I moved on to the Hokas. Now, as far as the stacker is concerned, you've got a stack height of 37 millimeters at the back, a stack height of 33 millimeters in the front, which makes it only a 4 millimeter heel to toe drop, which makes it an awesome shoe if you're looking at transitioning into zero drop, because your base shoes would normally come in at approximately a 12 millimeter heel toe drop. These are sitting at 4 millimeters, so this would literally be your last step before moving on to complete flats. Then, as far as these are concerned, they're super cushiony, super comfortable. They're basically like the Hoka One One Cliftons, but with double the cushioning. What I can say about these shoes from my personal point of view is when I started wearing these shoes, literally my second day out in them, I ran a PR on a 10k, and 3 months later I ran my PR half marathon. They've got a fairly wide base, which makes the stack height still feel super stable, even though you feel really tall while wearing them. The fit is fairly similar to the Cliftons, but it's still fairly narrow. As you can see, they're fairly narrow across the toe box, wider than the Clifton, but fairly narrow, and it still feels fairly narrow to me. So that's just the only thing that I've got against them, is it's a bit too narrow across my toes, because I've got really flat wide toes. That's my take on the matter. The Hoka One One Bondi 5, and there's a link down in the description down below where you can find more about it.